This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for September 18th, 2025. The trailer for the upcoming new Ozzy Osbourne documentary, Ozzy No Escape From Now, was released yesterday. The movie is a 2-hour film chronicling the last 6 years of Osbourne's life, beginning with the fall that he suffered back in 2019 that led to the cancellation of his farewell tour and his subsequent health issues, including his Parkinson's diagnosis. Ozzy No Escape From Now takes viewers through Osbourne's journey from the aforementioned fall all the way up to his very last concert, which took place on July 5th, 2025, shortly before his passing. In addition to the entire Osbourne family, including his elusive daughter Amy, the film also features Tony Iommi, Duff McKagan, Slash, James Hetfield, Billy Idol, Chad Smith, Zakk Wylde, Tom Morello, Billy Corgan, Billy Morrison, and more. Aerosmith have announced they have collaborated with rising star Youngblood, confirming details on an upcoming new EP. 2 days after releasing a teaser video for the upcoming song My Only Angel, it's been confirmed that a full EP called One More Time is set for release on November 21st. My Only Angel will arrive on streaming platforms tomorrow. The EP will include 3 new tracks in addition to My Only Angel, Problems, Wild Woman, and 1,000 Days, as well as a remix of Aerosmith's 1976 classic, Back in the Saddle. Slash has announced a new live album and concert film called Slash Live at the Serpent Festival that was filmed and recorded in July of 2024 at the Mission Ballroom in Denver, Colorado. The first video from the album, a cover of Fleetwood Mac's Peter Green era classic Oh Well, that features Slash and his Blues Ball Band. Cro-Mag's vocalist and bassist Harley Flanagan has publicly lamented the apparent lack of high-profile touring opportunities his influential music career has provided him with. Despite leaving a mark on numerous bands that have ascended the ranks, Flanagan apparently feels that few have paid it forward the impact that his music has had on them. He said, "To all the famous bands that have been giving me love all these years and thanking me for the inspiration, etc., how about giving me a gig, opening up for your bands instead of giving me thank yous?" Everyone from Metallica to Pantera to Avenged Sevenfold to Green Day and Turnstile and so on have given me props and given me respect and love and called me a legend. It would be nice if somebody called and gave us a gig instead. I've been working so hard since the 1980s. How about a hand up, motherfuckers, instead of love when no one's looking? If I'm good enough to inspire you, I'm just not good enough to open up for you. Dark Art Street fashion label Any Means Necessary has announced a 1-year licensing deal with Typo Negative. The partnership will include 4 capsule releases, reimagining some of the band's most iconic designs through Any Means Necessary's raw and expressive style. The first drop, featuring a range of apparel and accessories, includes shirts, hoodies, shorts, pins, and sweaters, launching April 19th, paying tribute to the band's acclaimed 1996 album, October Rust. Sean Koss, the co-founder and CEO, said, "This project is deeply personal for me. I've been a fan of Typo Negative since I was a teenager, and their music was a huge part of my youth." Faith No More's Mike Patton has announced a new collaboration with the Avett Brothers. Comprised predominantly as a trio called Avett Patton, they'll be releasing their self-titled album November 14th via Epicac Recordings. To mark the occasion, the project released their first single, Eternal Love, yesterday. Speaking of the two entities joining forces, Scott Avett said, "This is what art is. This is what making is supposed to be, in secret and with no ambition." Avett Patton comes out on November 14th. Atreyu have delivered their first original song in 2 years, titled Dead. The group delivered their covers-heavy Pronoia sessions back in 2024. Dead marks the band's first in-house composition since 2023's The Beautiful Dark of Life project. The band is out on the road this fall with a stop at the Palladium in Worcester, Massachusetts on November 23rd. The Foo Fighters have introduced their new drummer and teased an upcoming tour with a tongue-in-cheek AI video that you can watch online. saying, quote, "Hey everyone, it's been a while, but I'm happy to announce that the Foo Fighters are coming back to bring you that 100% real, raw human element of rock and roll," says the fake Dave Grohl. And John Bon Jovi says that he's recovered from the vocal cord surgery that he underwent 3 years ago after he damaged his vocal cords, which plagued him during Bon Jovi's 2022 tour. Saying, quote, "I had a really difficult surgery some 3 years ago, so I've been on the edge of reserve, and I've recovered, thank the Lord. My faith, listening to McConaughey talk, I sure do wish that it could have been sped up. The process is part of the journey. I mean, at this point in my life, how do you measure success if you don't measure it by living life?" And Matt Cameron has addressed his exit from Pearl Jam, giving an update on the new Soundgarden album featuring vocals from the late Chris Cornell. Calling his 27 years with Pearl Jam the opportunity of a lifetime filled with friendships, artistry, challenges, and laughter. He expressed gratitude for the crew, the staff, and the fans all over the world, saying it was an incredible journey and there would be more to follow. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Now, he says, "I was having some issues with Pearl Jam's 3-hour shows and constant touring and stuff. That's definitely an art form unto itself to be able to do those types of shows. I'm at a point now where I want to do a face-melting 70-minute set, and that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now." He explained that his departure was amicable, adding, "I definitely gave them a lot of notice. I've spoken with Jeff and Stone a bit." He said, "It's been fine. Hopefully we'll get back together at some point and have a beer or something." Cameron also gave an update on the final album from Soundgarden, which bassist Ben Shepherd talked about earlier this year. Saying, quote, "There's not a set release date or anything as of yet. There were a couple of schools of thought like, hey, let's put out a single. I think eventually we decided we want to make sure the whole thing is completed before we start releasing singles, and I'm excited for people to hear it." He said, "We're definitely over halfway done with it. Kim Thale is in the process of finishing his guitar parts. He wants to make sure they get exactly done the way he wants them." Soundgarden, of course, are getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2025 this November. If you're not able to make it to Louisville, Kentucky this weekend, you can check out Evanescence at their Louder Than Life festival appearance. The band is set to broadcast in full for free on Veeps. Veeps describes the upcoming broadcast as, quote, "a chance to be part of the festival crowd and experience the band's powerful live set in real time. It'll be broadcast once at 7:10 p.m. Eastern and will not be rebroadcast." Guitar legend Joe Bonamassa has curated a 32-song all-star tribute to blues legend B.B. King called B.B. King's Blues Summit 100. Scheduled to arrive on February 6, 2026, it includes contributions from Buddy Guy, Keb Mo, Slash, Paul Rogers, Michael McDonald, Susan Tedeschi and Derek Trucks, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Jimmy Vaughn, Warren Haynes, and more. Saying, quote, "You only get one shot to do this correctly, and I think we nailed it." Joe Bonamassa famously supported B.B. King when he was just 12 years old. And Ringo Starr got a little help from Jack White over the weekend at the Bourbon and Beyond Festival in Louisville, Kentucky. Jack White joined the Beatles legend on stage for his set. The 50-year-old posted his appearance on Instagram, saying, quote, "Gave peace a chance with a little help from his friends, Jack, Patrick, Bobby, and Dominic." The all-star band joined Starr, made up of Toto's Steve Lukather, Men at Work's Colin Hay, and Average White Band's Hamish Stewart. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 276, featuring Chad Gray from Mudvayne, is available now.